YouTube channel. Welcome back to my live stream. This is Jacob Cast 2024. We're going to talk about WWE Monday Night Raw. We're going to do our review. We're going to talk about what happened on the show tonight. We're on February 2nd. We're on February 10th, 2025. Now, this video will be like an hour long. This video was sponsored by my favorite podcasters, JD from New York, Solomon to Sound Off, Just Alec, Fightful Wrestling, and Good My Work Commentary. I got more on the way, so hit that like button. Leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section if y'all want to see more. Um, just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hopefully y'all can enjoy this video. We will talk about Monday Night Raw tonight. And then we're going to talk about the news and rumors for AEW. This is what we got on Monday Night Raw tonight. This is how the show opened up. Jey Uso finally chooses to challenge Gunther at WrestleMania. They had a very good brawl that was very decent. We had some pretty good matches on Monday Night Raw. The show was decent, a very good show. We had a great match with the woman. We had Damage Control, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai had a great match with Liv Morgan and Raquel. Liv Morgan was actually bleeding in that match. We also had Bayley overcome Lyra Valkyria in Epic Chamber qualifying match. That was also very good. We had Dirty Dominic and interrupt AJ Styles. AJ Styles is now back on Monday Night Raw. We had this confrontation that was interesting. We had the War Raiders versus American Made for the World Tag Team titles. We had a very interesting interaction with CM Punk and Logan Paul. Logan Paul taunts CM Punk. Where's it going? What's gonna happen in the chamber on March 1st? They could be planting seeds here. Now Logan Paul did eliminate CM Punk from the Rumble, so maybe that we could plant seeds there. Gunther attacked a child. They said Gunther attacked a child. We know that Logan Paul will join Cena and Punk and McIntyre in that chamber. Did Seth Rollins qualify? I don't know. Braun Breaker confronts AJ Styles. Finn Balor snapped at Dirty Dominic. They could be planting some seed there, maybe a breakup. We also got the shocking news tonight with AEW releases. Tony Khan released Miro, Ricky Starks, and Malachi Black. All three of them were released today. We will talk about that pretty soon. Now those were the releases on SmackDown. I don't think I talked about this, did I? Tony Khan exposed as Jim Cornette's biggest fan.
It is Ball Sunday, and I'm a super packed off the scripts.
It says here that WWE wants Death Weber gone. Jason Jordan head to head. They said that Jordan Grace headed to NXT's main roster. She's heading to NXT instead of the main roster. Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes being planned for this year, and every time I hate Death Weber theme music. If you believe Jimmy Jacob, that is the case. Jimmy Jacobs exposed Tony Khan for listening to all Jim Cornette podcasts while on the road.
For this Sunday, February 9th, 2025, Jordan Grace is on her way to the WWE. She was in the Women's Royal Rumble, had a very impressive showing for another year in WWE's biggest match of the entire year, and now she's going to fit into whichever women's division WWE wants to put her in, whether it's the Raw Women's Division or the SmackDown Women's Division. But is she going to start on the main roster, or is Jordan Grace going down to NXT? I got the latest on her status now that she's with the WWE right here today on Off the Script. Big plans for Drew McIntyre now that he's officially on SmackDown. And I got the latest on Tony Khan listening to Jim Cornette on a weekly basis. According to Jimmy Jacobs, former AEW creative writer, who's no longer there, Jimmy Jacobs. I got all this today on OTS. We're going to start with Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is not headed to the main roster just yet. Details on her WWE contract. Jordan Grace's appearance in the Women's Royal Rumble was not just a one-off surprise. She is officially with the company after leaving TNA after their last pay-per-view. Grace entered at number 19. She was officially announced as signing with the WWE that same weekend. A multi-year deal with WWE comes after Grace concluded her TNA wrestling commitments at Genesis in January, despite previously claiming she wouldn't be in town because of her mother's 50th birthday, where she very slyly photoshopped a plane ticket, and it was not headed to Indianapolis. It was all a troll job by Jordan Grace. She did indeed make her presence felt in the Royal Rumble, as many fans expected. Now, Fightful Select and Sean Ross Sapp reports that she signed a 5-year contract with WWE, and that will take her to 2029 with the company. The plan is for her to go to NXT for the time being, with the expectation that she won't be there long before going to the main roster. Grace is reportedly under a main roster deal, and the belief is that she will be in NXT around the time of Vengeance Day. Grace retains rights to her name and theme song, as she owns both. I don't believe this story at all. I don't. Being that it's coming from Sapp, it's probably got more legitimacy than if you were to hear it from anywhere else. If she signed a main roster deal, I don't know why WWE wouldn't immediately throw her on Raw or throw her on SmackDown. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever. If they're paying her to be a main roster talent and ultimately go down to NXT. The only reason why I think they would send her down to NXT to really fully engulf the WWE system in the way that WWE does things. Camera work, entrance, work on an entrance, just get ready for the main roster after a couple matches down there and then get moved up. Maybe WWE conducts a trade or a draft, or they want to come up with some other excuse for a transfer portal or a window of some sort. I don't know. I don't really believe this story because, let's be honest, Jordan Grace has already made several appearances for NXT. She's worked with TNA, which is not a rinky-dink promotion. They got TV, they have pay-per-view, she's in front of a live audience. So this is a woman who is a seasoned veteran who knows what to do. Now, obviously, TNA is not WWE. WWE is a different beast. They do things a different way. They want things done specifically to what they want. I don't really understand why she can't learn this down in NXT on her off time and then go to the main roster and just be integrated in something there like her talents. Obviously, everybody understands how good she is, that her talents provide to the main roster. I don't really get why moving her to NXT first is a benefit to anybody. What is she going to do down there? Who's she going to feud with? Julie's not losing the championship. Who is she going to feud with? Stephanie Becker. She's about to win the North American Championship. Who else is down there? Zarya? I mean, all of these women eventually, within the next 12 months, are going to be on the main roster anyway. Stephanie Becker is going to be on the main roster within a year. Julia is going to be on the main roster. As soon as she dropped the NXT Championship, she's going to be on the main roster. You can see where WWE is just kind of what. Oh, Sunday, and
Alright, so might as well talk about Monday Night Raw here. Alright. Now let's go do all the other podcasters. Wow, they ended there pretty quick. It probably should have been longer, but why did it end so quick? Maybe the show ended pretty quickly, so.
Running a business, I wouldn't want to have Kanye West within a million miles of what I'm doing. Look, it would be my business decision.
New Day
It'd
attack,
be my
right.
private business decision. I don't want to have anything to do with this guy. By the way, I think what he did to his girlfriend at the Grand League was totally disgusting as well. He proves time and again that he is disgusting and toxic. And if I had a business, I wouldn't want to have this brand anywhere.
Not gonna come to.
So that's the Joe Cronin show.
About all my problems. No, Jackie Redmond requesting this man's time and asking him questions, and it works. It goes a long way, but they never used to do that. Like 2017, 2018. Finn Balor comes out. He took issue also with a lot of things, and
The Tackle TV. Your go, Miss Lauren, Miss Rickardy. What's good, Rickardy? Joe already done go. Shadows. Yeah. Your music man. The music man. I'm still.
LA Knight. And LA Knight was really interesting because LA Knight took the time, and I'm not sure the context of this, when he was cutting his promo in the aisleways, to look in the camera and talk to all the men in the audience. He says it's okay to cry. If life's ever getting you down, if you're ever going through something traumatic, don't feel like you can't cry. And I really appreciate that message. I really do. Men do need to hear that. Men need to hear it real, real bad these days. And I like that, but I'm like, huh, why? Something happened on the Royal Rumble?
Probably should try to rewind back just to, in case if I miss out on something with good mic with commentary. So let me just rewind back from the beginning.
Tied in AEW. AEW finally coming to terms with the release of 3 of its stars. Malachi Black, Miro, and Ricky Starks are all officially free agents. So it looks like some things have worked out, and the free agent pool right now in pro wrestling is has got some talent in it. And we'll discuss, what this might mean, who will and won't go to WWE. I personally believe that all 3 of them are. I wish you guys could see. Tito's head is over top of my webcam right now, looking right at me. Hey, buddy, get out of here, please. He will appear anywhere they want tomorrow. So that means we could see them imminently, at least on the Indies or perhaps even in WWE. Now, on Friday night, Ricky Starks did defeat Kenta to win the DeFi World Championship. So he's back working. He's got a belt around his waist now, and I think it will probably be only a matter of time before we see all 3 of them in WWE back, hopefully. Will you guys just give me 1 second so I can shoot this idiot away? Tito, hey, there we go. All right, I got him out of here. He was just kind of creeping me out. WrestleMania 19 were in Wednesday, and a really good collision on Saturday night. WWE, of course, Friday night SmackDown had more Elimination Chamber stuff and kind of closed in a really, really disappointing way with Solo Sikoa attacking Cody. Fans were like really pissed about that. But I don't really understand why. It kind of made sense to me. The match was involving the bad bloodline and Cody and Jay, and that's where Solo came back. I don't think that means that Solo Sikoa is going to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania or anything like that. So I think fans need to chill just a little bit and see where that goes. I think it might wind up leading to something between Solo and Jacob down the road. So Solo coming back wasn't enough to make me say, I can't watch WWE anymore, but it sure sounds pissed off a lot of the wrestling audience, which I just don't get it. I understand that nobody wants to see Solo and Cody again, but, shit, man. I don't know what to tell you. We saw Logan Paul qualifying in the event beating Rey Mysterio tonight on Raw. And Cena, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre are also in. So that is 4 names total. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor face next week on Raw for the 5th spot. And then I wasn't sure about the final spot. I just asked a question on Twitter to you guys. I said, is Balor and Seth the only qualifier that's left announced? Because that still leaves 1 spot open. I was thinking about my original plan from a couple of weeks ago. I think Roman Reigns can still sneak in the back door there and get in. But one of you informed me, I think it was Ryan, that they have scheduled a triple threat on SmackDown. I think it's Priest and Strowman and somebody else. I forgot. Back to Priest and Jacob and Braun Strowman. I think in a 3-way on SmackDown for that final spot. So this idea that I had that Roman Reigns could still get in the chamber, still win the thing, challenge Cody, and then you could add CM Punk and Seth Rollins making a fatal 4-way. Sounds like that will not be happening. They have written Roman Reigns off. That way he doesn't have to be in the chamber to take a pin or whatever it is. And that was the injury deal they did at the Rumble. which we speculated about after the stomps, after the Rumble. I said, was that their way of writing out of out of Chamber? Because if Roman Reigns is healthy, his character would want to be in the Chamber. His character would absolutely want to regain his championship. So if that's not the plan internally, WWE is going to have to give us a reason as to why that's not happening. And I believe Rollins doing what he did to Roman was that reason. So he will not be in the Chamber, not even look for it at all, which means Roman Reigns will not be in either WrestleMania main event this year. I think that's pretty amazing that it's not going to be him. It's going to be Jey Uso and Gunther. We found that out tonight. And it's probably going to be Cody Rhodes and either Punk, Drew, or Cena. This idea that it's going to be a triple threat, I think is still possible. But without Roman, I don't know how you get there, but CM Punk is still owed that favor. So I don't know how all of that's going to play in. I was assuming Punk's favor would factor into a Mania title match where he would horn in on something with Roman Reigns. But what is Roman Reigns going to do if he's not in one of the two main events? I would assume he's going to face Seth Rollins. So it might be Punk, Rollins, Roman, just like we thought or speculated about after the Rumble, that being a possibility. Only no championship match. That's just going to be maybe semi-main on night 2 or something. And then Cody will defend the title against either Cena or Drew. I guess. Shit. Let me know what you guys think. What direction you think all this is going. We'll be discussing it here as we go through. In terms of tonight's Raw, I thought it was an okay show, but it seemed like it was not very wrestling heavy. It was a lot of entrances, a lot of BS. I think we only got 4 matches, maybe a lot of interviews, a lot of confrontations, and I think the women really stood out the most tonight. That tag team match was tremendous. Liv Morgan and Raquel against Io Sky and Dakota Kai and Io Sky. I think that Liv, since dropping the title, she's been killing it. I'm not imagining that, right? She's really been putting on some bangers. She got busted open again tonight. Wasn't she busted open not long ago? And she had a nasty gash under her eye that you could see later on in the backstage segments. And they had blood all over her face. And I thought that match was really fun and really entertaining. Other than that, I think the rest of the show was maybe just okay. You guys can put it there in the chat. And we'll be getting into the results on Raw. We'll talk about, like I said, a little bit of SmackDown, a little bit of Dynamite, a little bit of Division, but nothing major. Just skimming over some of the big parts. We'll take a look at what we're looking at now for the Chamber and for this Saturday's Grand Slam, which has about 5 matches on it, which I'm hoping, based on the card that I'm reading right now, that Mariah May and Toni Storm is the main event of that card. On a tape delay, because it's going to be recorded in Australia, but then it's going to air following the NBA All-Star festivities. What's the thoughts on the show? You never know. Yeah, school's good. Well, my name's Brian. You? I think this situation is.
Now let's see what Solomon the Sound Off had to say. I'm going to rewind it back so I can listen to the beginning.
If you've been paying attention, it will come as no surprise who that person is going to be. No Charlotte Flair tonight, so we still don't know what her decision is going to be, but I suspect that her choice is going to have more to do with SmackDown than it will Monday Night Raw. We have 2 more Elimination Chamber matches, qualifying matches. Tonight on the show, after a whole series of them last week, 2 more people have qualified on the men's side. Logan Paul is going to Toronto. He will be in the men's Elimination Chamber match. And on the women's side, Bayley has qualified for the women's Elimination Chamber. So they're filling in the spots. Only a few spots left in either match. The biggest surprise, though, actually had nothing to do with any of these people that I've mentioned. And everything to do with Io Sky, who lost last week. And it looked as if she was going to be the odd woman out when it came to the Elimination Chamber. And I thought, well, in the past they've done these last chance qualifiers. And so that'll be a chance for Io to make her way into the chamber, find her way in there, and then we can get Rhea and Io at WrestleMania. But oh no, Io Sky will not be in the women's Elimination Chamber match because Io Sky is getting a championship match with Rhea Ripley. And unfortunately, it looks like it will not be at WrestleMania because least the first match, is going to be taking place prior to WrestleMania, after the Elimination Chamber on Raw, but not at WrestleMania. So what does this mean for Io Sky and what she's going to be doing at WrestleMania? What does this mean for Rhea Ripley? And who she will be defending her championship, assuming she, of course, beats Io. Who she will defend her championship against at WrestleMania? I've got questions and some potential answers. We'll talk about it. The World Tag Team titles were on the line tonight. We had a championship match with the Vikings, the War Raiders, defending their titles against the Creed brothers. No Chad Gable on the show tonight. He is off trying to, master the dark arts. Dark arts, which I believe is the name of the school, if I'm not mistaken. That is run by Malachi Black and Zelina Vega. I believe that Malachi Black is a master of the dark arts. Malachi Black also happens to be a free man right now. Kind of interesting. But we didn't have Chad Gable on the show, so we don't know exactly where that's ultimately going to. Let's put it out there. Dark arts. It's a hint. It's a hint about something. And AJ Styles is back on Monday nights. It's good to have him back. It's good to have his theme song back as well. The prior theme song, not the one that we heard the last time he was on TV before he got hurt. Still wearing blue, but he is back on the red brand. And we got a potential hint tonight about where his WrestleMania direction may be taking him and a possible opponent for him. I thought tonight's show, it was a solid show. It really wasn't all that exciting. I thought this was a show, unlike other recent episodes of Raw, that was not carried by the promos. It was not carried by any of the outside the ring activity or major angles or anything like that. It was largely carried by the in-ring work tonight. There were several good to really good matches on this show. The main event was good with Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. The tag team title match, which I know for many people had a very dissatisfying ending. I'll tell you why I didn't mind it so much. That was a good match. They had a women's tag team match on this show. That was very good. So outside of the opening segment, there really were no major angles or promos to hang your hat on here. It was really all based around the ring work. That's really what carried the show tonight here on Raw. We'll talk about all of it because this is your Raw on Netflix review. It is Monday, February 10th, 2025.
I just realized that Roxanne Perez was on Monday Night Raw. She was in the segment with Raquel. It said that Raquel is too big for Roxanne Perez.
I am the Solid Monster. I'm still stuck in 2024. I've said it a few times. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. You better go back and check it out. Over 2 hours. Royal Rumble. We opened it with the winner of the men's Royal Rumble, Jey Uso, on the concourse, making his way out into the arena, celebrating with the little kids, celebrating with all of his fans. And tonight, the Jey Uso makes his way through the crowd. He hops the barricade and comes to ringside, and everybody is still singing his song, and everybody is still bobbing up and down. And the announcer, Michael Cole, and then he stopped. But Gunther took his jacket off and he threw it. He flung it at Pat McAfee. And for some reason, Pat McAfee ducked. And the jacket hit a little kid in the front row. Hit him right in the face. I mean, if he was targeting this kid, I don't think he could have hit him any better than he did with this jacket. He took the kid out. Why the fuck would Pat McAfee duck and let that jacket go flying into the crowd? Dude, it's a jacket. It means nothing to him. But if you're fucking 8 years old and you're standing in the front row and that thing hits you in the face, especially with the zipper, you're going to feel it. So I have no fucking idea why McAfee ducked out of the way. Instinct, I guess. But yeah, that kid, he took a jacket to the face. So Jey fought back. Gunther back says, and now Gunther is looking back up to his feet. And he knocks him off the apron. And security is holding Gunther back on the floor. Meanwhile, Jey hits the ropes. He wipes them all out with a huge dive out. She's with Gunther. He goes, I just don't know. And here, Gunther gave him a reason to be sure and to make beating John Cena, that would do something for my legacy. Beating CM Punk, that would do something for my legacy. Or Roman Reigns, or any of these guys, beating you does nothing. It doesn't challenge me, it doesn't motivate me. So don't pick me. But if you do, I'm going to make your anywhere near what they did in the opening segment. It really, in many ways, not in terms of the in-ring, but in terms of that, it really keeps the opening segment of the show. In action tonight, teaming with Io Sky, take on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This turned out to be, I think, in many ways, the sleeper match of the night. I certainly was not expecting to enjoy this match as much as I did.
Yeah, me neither.
Although Io Sky was in there. But
yeah,
wasn't expecting what we got here. So Io was isolated until she made a hot tag to Dakota. The work to win it for damage control. This turned out to be a hell of a match. Better than I thought it would be, and they gave them a good amount of time too. They gave them right around 15 minutes. Surprising finish for me, just because they seem to have been building Liv and Raquel up. And I think we got an update on the condition of Sami Zayn after what we saw at the end of Raw last week, which was Kevin Owens attacking, ambushed Sami Zayn after his loss to CM Punk in that Chamber qualifier. And he laid him out, put him down with a package pile driver. And when they did that, when Owens did that to Cody Rhodes, right, he had all kinds of injuries. He missed 2 weeks. The update that they gave us on Friday, and they reiterated that here in this segment after they showed highlights, is that Sami ended up with spinal compression and extreme nerve damage as a result of that heinous attack from Kevin Owens. And they re-aired clips from the Kevin Owens promo from SmackDown where he explained his actions, and he said that Sami Zayn, his supposed best friend, is there at the Royal Rumble during his match with Cody. And as Cody is murdering, impossible to believe that they're going to do a major show in Canada at Skydome, which is where they're running that show. I mean, they're only going to have maybe 30,000 people there, not 60 or 70, but still. And not have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on that show. It's impossible. It's impossible to conceive that they won't be on that show. Whether they're wrestling each other or not. They're both going to be on that show.
I don't think so.
Now we had Bayley one-on-one against Lyra Valkyria. First time ever. Boy, you can tell based on watching this match. This was the women's Elimination Chamber. I mean, it didn't look horrendous. She just didn't get... And Valkyria hit a tornado DDT and a finish.
Alright, now let's see what JD from New York had to say.
Introducing Domino's Best Deal Ever. Any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online.
Alright. I'm surprised they haven't talked about the AEW releases. Well, they did, but not really. Maybe they'll do it on the TNT tomorrow.
Miro and Ricky Starks released, man. Oh my goodness.
Oh, here it
It's like
is.
Tony Khan woke up today and wanted to do the right thing for the first time in a long time, man. Unbelievable news there. Yes, they're out of the gulag. Yes, they got a second chance in Warzone. Exactly what happened, man. Ricky Starks and Miro, along with Aleister Black, now officially free. All three can go wherever they want. I will have a video up tomorrow morning before Jason and I, the Salamonster, returns to TNT before we talk about all of that news on Tuesday Night Titans tomorrow and break it down like we, the Titans, can only can. So yeah, that was great news today. And congratulations to the Eagles fans. I did watch the game sporadically here and there. I'm not really invested in the NFL in any way, shape, or form, but you know, a lot of people were very happy that the Chiefs lost because, either A, nobody likes to see a winning team, or B, I feel like I'm in this camp as well because I've gone through it many times with the Yankees because I'm much more of a baseball guy than I am a football guy. You know, when you get the same team in the end every single year, it's kind of boring. So I think everybody wanted the Eagles to win just for the sake of change, and I do not fault people for feeling that way whatsoever. So Eagles fans, I'm not the biggest Philly guy. I think Philadelphia sports fans are insufferable, but enjoy that one, man. You did good last night. It was a pretty boring Super Bowl with the blowout that it was, but listen, man, we can't have an exciting game every single year. Doesn't look like right now we are in the midst of an exciting WrestleMania season. I said this on Friday, man. I don't know how you guys are feeling right now. I don't know where the energy is going to pick up. But right now, you know, we are looking at 2 months, a little bit more than 2 months of WrestleMania build. We still got the chamber to go through. That's coming up in 3 weeks. Right now, man, I'm not really feeling the excitement.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not really feeling the excitement of WrestleMania. I know I'm not the only one feeling that way. Granted, I don't want to use it as an excuse, but it is the reality situation. We got 2.5 months to go. We have the Elimination Chamber coming up in 3 weeks. I'm assuming that things will finally start molding into what we know as a WrestleMania card. But right now, I'm waiting for something, man. I'm waiting for something. I'm waiting for something to happen. I don't know what that something is. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I don't know, man. You know, I don't really get a sense that we're building towards WrestleMania yet. The Royal Rumble was fine. I enjoyed the Royal Rumble as a whole. I enjoyed both the women's and men's Royal Rumble. I thought the men's Rumble was the best since 2020. I'm just not getting a sense of what's going on here. I don't know where it's going to come from. It's tough when The Rock pretty much removed himself from the equation. It's tough when Cody Rhodes doesn't have an opponent yet, and he's still kind of mulling around with the WWE Championship in the middle of nothing. Solo Sikoa attacked him on Friday night. You know, a lot of people are up in arms about that. Are they going down for that? Is that going to be the match of the Elimination Chamber before we get Cody's opponent at WrestleMania? It's tough to get invested in anything going on. Tough to get excited with anything going on when Roman Reigns has been pulled out of the equation. He's not going to be on TV until after the Chamber because they didn't want him on TV in the build for the Chamber, because if he was on TV in the build towards the Chamber, he would probably have to end up being in the Chamber. And if he's not slated to win the Chamber, what's the point of having him in there? They don't want to pin him. They don't want to beat Roman before WrestleMania. A lot is hopefully still to come, but right now I'm not really feeling the excitement for WrestleMania. We did get one match officially announced tonight. Jey Uso, he won the Royal Rumble this year. I think all of that discourse has died down, thankfully, from all the fucking unintelligent idiots on social media who don't know a fucking thing about anything. Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. All of the hatred for that has died down. And the first match is officially announced. Graphic and all, it will be Jey Uso challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. So I think after everybody pleaded and complained and moaned and groaned on the Monday following the Royal Rumble, I think everybody is pretty comfortable with what we got tonight. I thought tonight was a great build. I thought tonight was a great segment, a great first step forward in the build towards Jey Uso and Gunther, as Gunther's promised. 10 weeks of hell for Jey Uso. I thought what they did was great. We'll break that down tonight, talk about that. So that is the first match announced. We're still building towards the Elimination Chamber. We had a women's qualifying match tonight. We had a men's qualifying match tonight. Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley. And the men's side sees Logan Paul advance. No surprise there. And the women's side sees Bayley advance to the women's Elimination Chamber by beating the Intercontinental Champion, the women's Intercontinental Champion, in a non-title affair. Don't really know why, especially when the champion has not had one single title defense since she's won the Intercontinental Championship. But what the fuck do I know? What do I know? So that is the Elimination Chamber qualifying side of things on Monday night. We had two great tag team matches tonight. Tonight was the night of great tag team wrestling. Liv and Raquel against Damage Control. That was a great women's tag team match. Probably the best women's tag team match in 6 months at least on WWE television. And then we got the War Raiders defending the tag team championships on the men's side against the Creed brothers, as Chad Gable was on excursion in Mexico to learn the dark arts of lucha libre. We don't know where exactly he is, but the Creeds will not be returning to Chad Gable with tag team gold. They opted for a disqualification tonight, which kind of messed up the entire flow of the match. And the Creeds, they lost by disqualification tonight in what I thought was a very good tag team match up until the ending of that particular match. We'll talk about that. And Io Sky is getting her Women's World Championship match. Not at the Chamber. It will not be Io in the Chamber to wrestle the right to wrestle for the championship at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley cost her a shot at WrestleMania. And she feels sorry for Io, or feels sorry that she did that to Io. Enough to give her a championship match 3 weeks from tonight on the Monday Night Raw after the Elimination Chamber. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering, what does this mean? Who's going to win the Chamber? Why isn't Io in the Chamber? Why isn't Io going to WrestleMania? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't really understand the build that they're going for here, but I would be a betting man, and I think it would be a safe bet that Io is going to find herself in a World Championship match at WrestleMania in a triple threat match. So we'll talk about that as well. I thought tonight's Monday Night Raw was a very good show. Nothing particularly groundbreaking, nothing big, nothing major as far as news or anything as far as the build to WrestleMania. It was a solid 2.5-hour show where we continue to build and put the pieces into the puzzle for the Elimination Chamber. And hopefully WWE cranks up the excitement level for WrestleMania 41, because I'm not really seeing it. I'm not really feeling it. And I know you guys feel the same way. So hopefully that is still in the cards for Triple H's WrestleMania 41. Thank you guys for a great last week, man. We are rocking and rolling in the month of February. Appreciate you guys very much. We are on our way to having one of the best Februaries in the history of the channel.
And it meant identity.
We got some great content already up on the channel. We've seen this show, and we've tuned into Friday Night SmackDown. We've seen Jay now start last Monday's show, which was the obvious choice because he won the Royal Rumble. We see him start Friday's show. Guess it's the obvious choice because he was over there to meet with Cody Rhodes. He wanted a face-to-face with Cody Rhodes to see how Cody was feeling about maybe Jey Uso challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Then tonight we get Jey Uso starting the show again. I don't really understand why we need 3 straight shows of Jey Uso starting the show with 15 minutes of heat. WWE's going to burn it out before we even get to Las Vegas. Let's bottle the moment. Let's tone it down a little bit and save that big heat night, that big celebration where everyone's going to heat for WrestleMania and then the Raw after WrestleMania. I feel like I'm watching fucking Orange Cassidy out here on AEW Dynamite start every fucking week of Dynamite. No, we don't need that to happen. Tone it down. Everybody loves it. Everybody's happy for him. We don't need to abuse it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I am saying. He's out there. He makes his way. WWE does it way too long and has him restart the whole fucking entrance again. He does one leg heat. So, Before he even says anything, he asks the production truck to restart the heat and the theme song all over. So upon restart, he goes out to the commentary desk. He stands on top of the commentary desk. There was this great camera shot where you just saw the crowd. It was from an in-crowd perspective. Camera was facing Jay from inside the crowd. Can't see the commentary desk. Can't see the commentators. And all of a sudden, you see Jay Uso on the desk doing the heat. And then all of a sudden, he's being taken out. You don't know by who. He gets tripped up on the commentary table. You see him fall on the commentary table. The camera quickly goes back to ringside, and we see Gunther showing up at ringside. Enough of the fucking heat. He puts a stop to the heat. The guy's getting booed out of the building. Great heat here. He takes off his jacket. He throws his jacket at Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee dodges out of the way. And then the jacket inadvertently hits a little kid in the crowd. Sure, he got some souvenirs to make himself happy. Gunther goes on to attack Jey Uso. He powerbombed him in the middle of the ring. He choked him out in the middle of the ring. We got officials. We got producers out there. And then Gunther eventually tosses him around ringside. And he gets chased off by all the producers and the agents. And they're walking him back up the aisle. So the cameraman or the camera microphones picked up Gunther saying, "Don't choose me for WrestleMania." He's urging Jay not to choose him for WrestleMania. Meanwhile, the way that I looked at it is Gunther is very bothered by the fact that Jey Uso is being Jey Uso and he wants to end Jey Uso. So from my vantage point, it's almost as if Gunther chose Jey Uso instead of Jey Uso choosing Gunther. He made the decision for Jey Uso tonight. Pretty easy. Gunther left. Jay grabbed the microphone eventually. He's very slow to get back to his seat, selling the beat down here from Gunther. He said, "Me and you at WrestleMania." Gunther looked pissed. He marched back down to ringside. Jay knocked him off the ring apron. He goes out to the mat on the floor outside. Jay wiped out Gunther and all of the security with a big dive through the ropes. This was a very good, very simple setup for at least the announcement, the initial announcement of their WrestleMania match. Having Gunther cut off Jay's entrance and stop the heat was excellent, simple, and effective. You know, I had one idiot on social media as I tweeted how great this was to open the show. The attack on Gunther, the heat on Gunther was fantastic. One guy was saying that this is going to be boring. Nobody wants to see this match. Still, even after the initial discourse of Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, we still get some oxygen thieves floating around on social media. I don't know if the guy watched the show with 2 ears balled up with earwax, but the crowd is fully invested in what's going on here. I don't know how anybody can look at this and have it be boring. The dive over the top rope, the fact that Jey Uso announced and then took out everybody at ringside, including Gunther. WWE is shaping this match up to be a true embodiment of a WrestleMania moment. I don't know how you could not be happy. I don't know how you could look at this and not be thrilled with what you're about to get at WrestleMania. And even on the flip side of things, you got people who are looking forward to the match, or maybe not looking forward to the match, thinking that Gunther is going to retain the championship. I mean, what are you, stupid? The IWC doesn't really spawn the most intelligent individuals. Jey Uso is 0-3 against Gunther. You think that Jey Uso is going to go into the biggest show of the year after winning the Royal Rumble and go 0-4? Now, I thought Gunther was going to beat Sami Zayn last year. That didn't happen. Sami actually won, pulled off the upset. It was an unpredictable outcome. Nobody predicted Sami to win. especially with the story that we were given. This year, it's a little bit more predictable. But predictable is not very bad when it boils down to a story as simple as this and a moment as great as this. This is not bad. It's not going to be boring. Stop throwing dirt on Gunther's name. You know, for all the people that say this is going to be a boring match, this match sucks, nobody wants to see this. You know, all of you, without even knowing you're doing it, you're disrespecting Gunther. I don't know who you are or what you're watching on a weekly basis. Maybe you haven't really brought yourself to the intelligent level of the rest of us. But here's a spoiler for everybody that has any doubt. Gunther doesn't have bad matches. The guy is incapable of having a bad match.
He's had a great match throughout this title reign. The thing about the matches that he's been in with Balor, Priest, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, he had great matches when he was the Intercontinental Champion. Austin Reed, Ciampa, Chad Gable. Gunther's had classics.
Even the matches with Jay, they haven't been great as far as Jay's participation, but they haven't been bad at all. Could they use a little bit more depth? Could they use a little bit of a different feel? Sure. Should Jay not resort to a spear and a fucking super kick after every sequence? Sure. I'll give you that. I'm expecting the best match of the four. I'm expecting a great performance from both. And I'm expecting a WrestleMania moment that is going to rival Kofi's and Bryan Danielson's WrestleMania moments. So just accept it, enjoy it, and just live in it, man. Just accept the fact that you're going to get a WrestleMania moment that is going to make that man's career. And Gunther's going to be a part of it. Gunther's been a great champion. Gunther is not going to suffer one single bit from losing to Jey Uso. Do you want to know why? A lot of people don't know this statistic. The guy's been a world champion or a champion in WWE for at least 90% of his WWE career. This is dating back to NXT UK. Even in the middle of the pandemic, where nobody was defending that world championship in NXT UK, the guy was still the NXT UK champion. They didn't even strip him of the belt. He's going to be fine. He's going to be. Dansky said it. You can skip the match all you want, bro. I don't give a shit what you do with your time. You're an idiot. Simple as that. I don't know what you're here for.
Yeah, he's actually on thread against Gunther.
I think Gunther, he deserves a better WrestleMania match. When this is
That's a fair every single time. Then we have to rematch. This deserves 5-10.
great. Look at the landscape of WWE on Monday night. Please tell me where you think Gunther fits in better at WrestleMania.
After losing clean first.
He doesn't.
After losing 4
Get over.
rematch. This deserves 5. Like,
Great segment to open the show. Very simple story time.
I just don't like it. After 4
Kathy Kelly.
opportunity and a bodyguard. After
She
losing
interviewed
clean
Rhea Ripley
every single time
backstage.
after rematch. This
She asked
deserves
about the
5-10.
regret
Like,
she felt over how things went with Io Scott. Ripley said everyone is waiting for the top girl.
It was awful. I don't know. First of all,
Is that what we're calling her now? Is that what we're really calling Charlotte Flair? The top girl. I guess she ain't the queen anymore, huh? Jesus Christ. Everyone's waiting for the top girl to make her decision. But it feels like she's stalling and wasting everyone's time to try and stay relevant. Gee, man. Isn't that a shoot, huh? So, Io and Dakota Kai walk into the ring. Io looks at Rhea and says, she's coming for her. Ripley said she can't wait. In separate spots, looked a little awkward. Raquel has, I will say this about Raquel. She's been back for a little bit now. She's been back since Survivor Series. She hasn't really done much, right? She hasn't gotten better. She still feels and looks clunky in the ring. I don't really know what went wrong here. Raquel is just there. I think she gives a good presence to Liv Morgan because she's obviously the much bigger of the two, and they do have history as a tag team. But I just think Raquel is just clunky. This is a very awkward spot here. So we got Liv and Raquel working over EO. Kai makes a tag. Kai hit Morgan with a punk kick. Missed a running boot on Rodriguez, which led to Raquel posting EO. Or Kai, sorry. Dakota. They worked over Kai. We go into commercial break. EO went for a Meteora again. Rodriguez pulled Liv here. Morgan hit Kai, like I said, with Oblivion. Sky broke up the cover. Morgan was busted open. Kai hit Rodriguez with a running boot. Morgan took out Dakota with a code breaker. That looked brutal. Sky rolled up Morgan. Morgan kicked out at it too. Morgan and Sky had a brief exchange, which led to EO hitting a double foot stomp. Playing that EO is not in WrestleMania. EO is not in Chamber. I don't even think EO is going to beat Rhea Ripley. She's not. I will tell you where exactly they are going, but we'll wait till we get to that particular segment of the show. I thought this was a great tag team match, regardless. New Day cut a promo during the commercial break here. Kofi Kingston didn't understand why Rey Mysterio was in the Elimination Chamber over either of them, or I guess in a qualifying match. He wasn't at this point in the show in the Chamber. He had to wrestle Logan Paul and beat Logan Paul to get into the Chamber. So they didn't really understand why Rey is getting an opportunity and they are not. He reminded us of his performance in the 2019 Chamber. Crowd booed. They were eventually cut off by Bayley's entrance for the upcoming match with Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. This was a qualifying match for the Women's Elimination Chamber. First time ever match. This went 12 minutes. And I thought this was very, very close. I thought this was actually Bayley's sloppiest match in many weeks.
Yeah,
I
me
thought
too.
this was Lyra's sloppiest match to date
Yeah.
since the Nia Jax debacle in Saudi, where Nia Jax won the Queen of the Ring tournament. So this was a very sloppy match. Not that it was bad. I just didn't think they had a great match. And there was a lot of struggle up towards the finish. Bayley hit a sunset flip bomb into the bottom turnbuckle, which looked sloppy. Lyra got her knees up on a flying elbow drop attempt from Bayley. Lyra went for a tornado. The DDT from Lyra, sloppy.
Bring this on.
The running knee
It was
strike and
very weak.
suplex did not look good, clunky. I'm sorry, folks. Gotta call it out when I see it. You got two great wrestlers here. They didn't have a good match. First time match, I get it. Maybe the second match will be a lot better than the first, but it did not go well here tonight. They're out on the apron. Lyra hits a tornado. I don't get it. We have a sloppy Elimination Chamber qualifying match. The Women's Intercontinental Champion, who hasn't defended the championship since she's won it, is already losing a non-title match. Why? What type of story are they telling with Lyra and the Intercontinental Championship? Is she going through another babyface story where she doesn't believe in herself and she's going through the struggles of becoming a first-time champion on the main roster? Only to gain that confidence back when she defeats the much more dominating and confident Ivy Nile. Not really lighting the world on fire there with that one. But my gripe is, I don't know why you're putting your Intercontinental Champion, who hasn't defended the championship yet, why you're putting her in a compromised position to lose to somebody like Bayley, who granted is a Hall of Famer already. Why you're putting her in a match to lose in a non-title way? I don't really get it.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't get it. Now the crowd here just seem to be completely out of it. I mean, they bought into a couple of the big high impactful spots. They bought into Bailey winning. But man, I don't know what it is with Lyra. I think WWE has done a poor job of making the fans or getting the fans to care or getting the fans to emotionally invest in who Lyra Valkyria is. Lyra is suffering from the same thing that the Motor City Machine Guns are suffering from on Friday Night SmackDown. They are these just over-the-top, do-good baby faces that just come off so produced and so manufactured that there's no fucking realism to them. It's the only thing I can put my finger on. They come off in such a cringy, baby-faced, over-the-top, unrealistic way that the crowd is more turned off by them than anything, and they don't want to emotionally invest. Like the Machine Guns, man, they got these cringy baby-faced reactions. Oh, we're here to wrestle the best that Friday Night SmackDown has to offer, and that's why we're here. And Lyra, oh, I'm here on the main roster. I want to wrestle the best. I want all the best competition on Monday Night Raw. Great. It's fantastic. Shut your fucking mouth and the competition's going to come no matter what. We don't need to hear you speak like that, man. It's unrealistic. It's unreal. Nobody's going to buy into that type of babyface, man. What Lyra needs some sort of tweak, man. I don't know what it is. She can be the sweet girl next door who loves pigeons or parrots or fucking exotic tropical birds of whatever kind. I don't know, man. Doves. What type of bird is Lyra say? Hawks? Falcons? Maybe she loves ospreys. I don't know. But at the end of the day, she's got to have some fucking intensity to her, man. She's got to have, for lack of a better term or phrase, she's got to have a set of balls. Seriously. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't want to see champions lose in a non-title match. There's no reason why Lyra needed to be qualified for the Elimination fucking Chamber. None. There's no other woman on this roster for Bailey or about Natalia. You don't have anybody else on that roster you could plug into that spot where you don't give your Intercontinental Champion a loss. Seems like it just went over Triple H's head. I don't get it. Angry Birds are her favorite. She needs to be an Angry Bird. Maybe she needs to take some inspiration from Angry Birds. Bailey hugged Lyra up to her feet. They posed together. They hugged. Lyra points to Bailey. Yeah, I'm a loser. There's Bailey. Fucking ridiculous. Penta. There was a video package where he spoke about Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser. Clearly, they have Penta feuding with both of these guys. He has zero fear. No matter who they throw at him, Penta has zero fear. Now we can only get Tony Khan to release Ray Phoenix like he did Ricky Starks and Miro. Phoenix could be on his way to joining his brother sooner rather than later. Jackie Redmond, Fabian Eichner. So it's exactly where he's going to go back and kind of channel his old roots, man. Fabian Eichner. My guy Giovanni Vinci, man. He's going to be done for good, just like Vinci. Still don't understand why they broke up with Imperium. The IWC is sparking some vicious rumors out there, man, that Vinci apparently made a move on Tiffany Stratton, and that ruined their friendship and that ruined their relationship. They shipped him over to SmackDown not to be used again. And the most notable thing he did on Friday Night SmackDown was to lose to Apollo Crews in 3 seconds. I don't know, man. Is the IWC onto something, man? Is there any truth to that speculation? Is there any truth to that rumor? I don't know. You guys are crazy, though, man. You're coming up with things, fabricating things out of your own imagination. I don't know. Vinci's too good, man. There was a clip on social media that I saw today, man. They did nothing with him. I mean, all you got to do is go watch him work. There's nobody in this community that tells me, or that could tell me, Vinci, he's worthless. He's gone. Have you seen the man work? There's no way you can watch that man work and tell me that he's not a good fit for an Intercontinental title or a U.S. title. Come on. Anyway, his former partner Kaiser here is going to stop Penta. Pete Dunne interrupted and told him he wasn't helping him. He just officially.
Gunter kills a kid. Liv Morgan broke the open. Here's a highlight to Monday Night War.
Yes. Seth Rollins will follow next week. As the show was ending, Logan leaves the ring. He's showboating and celebrating in the aisleway. They come back to the ring though. Rey Mysterio's on the mat. New Day, Kofi and Woods, they come from out of nowhere, obviously to the crowd, and they pounce on Rey like a savage attack, and they just pounded away on him. And we saw about 2 seconds of this before they cut away and they went off. And that's how the show. The only thing missing here was Tony Schiavone screaming, "We're desperately out of time," even though you realize they're on Netflix now. And they did not go the full 3 hours. So they have plenty of fucking time. This is what they wanted. They ended it this way because they wanted to cliffhanger. They wanted people to be like, "Oh my god, I want to see that. I want to see what happened." And maybe they'll upload it to the YouTube channel or something. They probably will. I would imagine they'll probably end up on social media. But they did that on purpose. So yes, even though it's ridiculous, because they really did, they had plenty of time to show us the angle. Why would the cameras no longer be rolling? And yet they cut away. So yeah, it's very dumb, but they did that by design, obviously. And hey, at least New Day, they actually got a few seconds of airtime. That's the only fucking time we saw them on the show. I think it was during one of the commercial breaks they cut a promo. Otherwise, that's it. That was all they did on the show. They attacked Rey Mysterio for the last 2 seconds before they went on. So I guess they're coming back around to the tag match that they teased many, many weeks ago, where I thought it might end up being Penta debuting as Rey's partner against the New Day, and then they went in a totally different direction. I do wonder if maybe it will end up being Penta. Penta's got a match next week already. He's wrestling Pete Dunne. So, and there was no tag match announced. But if they announce a tag match, Rey has to find a partner. Yeah, there's Dragon Lee. They already did that match. And so putting Penta in that spot would be a great spot for Penta. He's tagging with Rey against one of the hot heel acts on the show. I don't know if that's where they're still going with it. It felt like they were headed there at one point. But at least they got New Day on the show, and that has to mean they'll be on the show next week. They're not featuring them enough. It really does feel like they've been put on the back burner, and I don't understand why. I'm not even saying, oh, they got to be on the show every single week, because unless they're wrestling, like after a while, it's like, what would they be doing? But you got to get them on the show more often. I mean, they had so much heat coming out of that angle in December. I feel like they squandered a lot of opportunities to do some fun stuff with them, and that was December 2nd, I think, when they did that. Right? The 1st or the 2nd, whatever that first Monday was in December. And dude, we're heading into Valentine's Day. So at least we got to see them at all on the show tonight. On the whole, I thought it was a solid show. It was not one of the more exciting episodes of Raw they've done in recent weeks. It really was carried by the in-ring tonight. I like the opening angle with Gunther and Jey Uso, and not much else as far as any other promos, angles, anything they've done. The main event was good. The tag team title match was good, and the women's tag match turned out to be really good. And I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I would. And we got a couple more qualified for the Elimination Chamber. Again, these qualifying matches are a great way to eat up TV time. You can spread them out over a few weeks. 80% thumbs up, and just shy of 20% thumbs down. So an overall thumbs up.
by Rey Mysterio. This was a lot better. This meant more because it's going into the chamber, a spot for the chamber, which will then give way to a spot in the main event of WrestleMania. So they got off to a little bit of a rough start, and the match got better.
There's a New Japan. Okay. Logan Paul, there we go. Here are the highlights. We do have Denise. Not sure if I want it. Actually, I'm not sure if they even make them.
Made it sound and made it seem look like somebody got legitimately hurt, but thankfully everybody was all right. We come back from the break. Logan Paul slid Rey Mysterio out of the ring. Rey rolled through, popped to his feet. He started punching away at Paul and drove him into the barricade on the outside. Logan Paul responded by dropping him on top of the barricade. Logan was going to drive him into the ring post, but Rey countered and drove him into the steel steps. Rey followed with a sliding splash. Very vintage Rey Mysterio. Rey hits a senton springboard moonsault for a 2 count as we go back into the ring. Logan comes back with a Finlay roll. Springboard moonsault of his own for 2. Rey came back with a tornado DDT for a 2 count. He then set up for the 619, but Logan Paul gave him a Hogan-esque big boot. Did you guys see the Great American Beer commercials on Netflix tonight? I couldn't stop laughing, man. That is as low budget for a TV commercial as you could get for a beer. God, this shit sucks. Anyway, gave him the Hulk Hogan-esque big boot. Logan was standing on the middle rope. Rey got underneath him. Sit-out powerbomb for a 2. Rey hits a 619. Logan got his knees up on the frog splash. Logan Paul followed with a right hand, and apparently this is a new finish for him. McAfee called it the pulverizer or the pulverizer. I don't know if that's going to stick or if that's going to be the name he goes with, but he tried to be creative with his puns. Was Pat McAfee. It was a lifting DDT variation. It looked great. And it finished off Rey Mysterio, and Logan Paul wins clean. 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul advances to the Elimination Chamber. So Logan Paul joins Cena, Punk, McIntyre as the 4 in the chamber. Next week we got Rollins and Balor Friday night. Before we get to Rollins and Balor, we got Damian Priest, Braun Strowman, and Jacob Fatu in a triple threat Elimination Chamber qualifier. So by the end of this week, we'll have a 5th, and then come Monday, we will have the field of 6. It's going to be interesting to see how they book this going into the chamber. At the end of this match, the show was ending, and Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods attacked Rey from behind. Their attack lasted about 2 seconds. We saw none of it, and Netflix quickly went off the air. Now, I want to say, and I want to ask why. I think this was done purposely, being that they mentioned Rey Mysterio before earlier in the show, and they were complaining that he got a shot for a chamber qualifier, and neither one of them got a shot to qualify. I want to say this was done by design, just further the treatments, the bad treatment of the New Day on Monday Night Raw. But I did quite enjoy the 2 seconds that we got. I wanted to see a little bit more of it. I wanted to see the heat that came down upon them as they attacked Rey Mysterio. So we will see what happens there. But Monday Night Raw went up the air with the New Day attacking Rey. Again, it was not a bad show. It was some great wrestling on tonight's show. Pieces continuing to fall into place in the chamber. We didn't get any real substantial stories. We just got Elimination Chamber build. I think right now, as I mentioned earlier in the show, I'm not really feeling the excitement for WrestleMania season yet. I hope this picks up. I don't know where that excitement's going to come from. I don't know who that excitement's going to come from. Not feeling the excitement for WrestleMania season yet. I know we're 2.5 months away. We got plenty of time. But if you want to compare it to last year, I mean, coming out of the Rumble and what we got last year, man, it was just fucking, the whole fucking world got turned upside down last year. And it was sheer chaos no matter where you went. Social media, YouTube, people talking about it, the fucking interest and everything that was going on was just sky high for WWE. I'm not feeling any of that this year. I don't know where it's going to come from. Love CM Punk. I love the idea of Punk and Cody. Roman's off television. We don't have Rock this WrestleMania season, and I don't know where he is. I don't know why. I don't know if he's still planning to show up. I don't know. I don't know what we are going to do to make this year bigger and better than last year's. Last year's is going to be tough to top. What are they going to do this year to top last year? I know that's the mentality that they have. We got to top last year. How do we do that?
This WrestleMania
Don't know how you're going to do that when your
garbage.
pieces to that
The way
puzzle
how
are
this
not
show
on the
booked,
television
the
yet.
finishes and this show were fucking terrible. The matches were the
Anyway.
finishes were fucking up.
We're going to get into your super chats
This
in just a
WrestleMania did not
second.
talk.
Like I said,
It did not talk. Alright, I'm gonna end the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button, leave a comment. I'll be back with more. I can't wait to see what happens on SmackDown this Friday. We'll see what happens and no qualifying matches. Hopefully the build to WrestleMania picks up. We'll see what the match will be. Anyway, until next time, I'll see y'all later.